One.
I am Assistant Chief Michael Wally. Wally is Wolley. I'm here with Chief Bailey, Deputy Chief Tanya Terry, and North District Commander Matthew Thomas. I'm going to give you the facts as we know it right now. Obviously, they're subject to change as the investigation furthers. Chief Bailey will follow me with some remarks. On August 13th, 2025, just before 9 p.m., Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department North District officers were dispatched to a domestic disturbance in the 7700 block of New Road. The victim reported being assaulted by a male suspect armed with a gun. The suspect fled the home in a vehicle before officers arrived. Officers were given a description of the suspect's vehicle at the scene of the domestic disturbance. At approximately 12 a.m. on August 14, 2025, a North District officer in a fully marked patrol vehicle located the suspect vehicle traveling westbound near 30th Street and Ruckle Street. The officer waited for backup before attempting a traffic stop. When officers activated their emergency lights and sirens, the suspect refused to stop and a short vehicle pursuit ensued. In the 400 block of West 28th Street, two people exited the vehicle and multiple shots were fired at the officers by at least one of the fleeing suspects, and one officer returned fire. One officer returned fire. A suspect description was broadcast to responding units. Additional resources, including IMPD canine officers and IMPD drone, were deployed to search the area. The suspect remained at large. Detectives have no reason at this time to believe that the outstanding suspects are a threat to the community. There are no known injuries to officers or suspects or uninvolved community members. Detectives recovered fired cartridge casings near where the suspects fled on foot. The suspect vehicle continued moving for several blocks before coming to a stop in the 500 block of West 28th Street. The officer who discharged their firearm is a 7-year veteran and was equipped with body-worn camera and in-car camera system, both which were activated. The IMPD Victims Assistant Unit is working with the domestic assault victim to provide support resources. The Indianapolis-Marion County Forensic Services Agency responded to collect potential forensic evidence. The Marion County Prosecutor's Office also responded to assist with the investigation. The IMPD Critical Incident Response Team is leading the criminal investigation. A separate administrative investigation is being conducted by the IMPD Internal Affairs. As standard procedure in officer-involved shooting incidents, the involved officer has been placed on administrative duty. Following the criminal investigation, the Civilian Majority Use of Force Review Board will hold a mandatory hearing regarding any attempt use of deadly force. The Police Officer Support Post responded to provide peer support for those involved. Anyone with information is asked to contact Sergeant Brian Lambert at IMPD Homicide Office at 317-327-3475. Or Crime Stoppers at Central Indiana at 317-262-TIPS to remain anonymous. I will now turn it over to Chief Bailey.
Thank you, Chief Wally, for giving us that update. Here we are again, officers shot at, doing their job. We're lucky that no one was hit. We don't know if any of the suspects are hit, but we don't have any information that is the case in this particular incident. It's another reminder, as I've said before, of the dangers that our officers put themselves in voluntarily on behalf of our community. And we should all be very thankful and grateful for the work that they do every single day. I know I'm proud of them. They do tremendous work under difficult set of circumstances, and we ask a lot of them. And once again, our officers are out tonight doing exactly what we want them to do, looking for a suspect who had assaulted a person on our north side. And the best thing for those involved would be to find a nice pastor or someone that you trust who has a relationship with the police department, and turn yourselves in now and tell us what happened. That's the best case scenario, because our detectives right now are working very hard to understand who you are, where you are, and we will use all of our resources to make sure that we are able to bring you into custody and that you face justice in our system. So my suggestion is that you do the right thing and turn yourself in, because our officers will be relentless in their pursuit, not only of people who try to harm our officers, but those that commit harm in our community. It's not going to be acceptable. It's not something we're going to tolerate, and it cannot be something that we get used to anywhere in our country, but especially here in our city, Indianapolis.
You know, recently in the last few weeks, we have seen kind of sometimes these chases going from one side of the city to the other. It's impacting so many neighborhoods. I mean, any message, you know, that these neighbors, your officers are just trying to live every day out, but then there are these bad apples that are just really kind of causing these problems.
I mean, we have vehicle chases, we have foot chases because people fail to comply with lawful orders and instructions from our officers. We don't have chases of any sort if people comply and follow the law. And this was, although short, wasn't contributory to why shots were fired at officers. I think the incident leading up to this is contributory to that, and people didn't want to go to jail for their bad behavior. So it's an unfortunate but necessary thing in policing and in trying to bring law and order to our community. We do it in a way that is restrictive in some areas, but other times we have to use due regard. But it's a part of what we do every single day, but not contributory in this particular incident.
Any message to the victim who unfortunately is going through so much already, and now knowing that this has turned into such a terrible, tragic thing?
Yeah, we're going to make sure that she has the assistance that she needs, that she's protected. I mean, we still have suspects that are outstanding, and so it's incumbent upon us to make sure that she has resources and support, not just today, but on the days ahead, especially until we can find the individual or individuals responsible for all of this tonight.
Wanted to clarify, looking for 2 suspects right now, or just looking for 1?
At least 2 at this point. They're still sorting through a lot of things over a couple blocks over, and there's still a lot of things we don't know or understand at this point. Looking for video. That's something, as the lights come on this morning and you wake up and you have video, Ring cameras or otherwise in that 400 to 500 block of 28th Street, West 28th Street, we ask that you contact the detective or Crime Stoppers so that we can take a look at that to see if we can help us identify how many suspects for sure, but also who these folks are and maybe where they went, and if anybody in the neighborhood is assisting them right now, hiding from the police too. So if we can establish probable cause that people are assisting these criminals, we will also pursue charges against those individuals with the Marion County Prosecutor's Office. Good?
We're good.
All right, thank you.